I'll call the April the 14th, March 14th meeting to order. Got to add one item. Need to make a 8B wastewater truck. And that's the only change.
8 what?
8B, B as in boy. Y'all got it? Well, then I'll make a motion. Second? Second by Keith. Any discussion? Aye.
Aye.
Next is approval of the minutes of 2/14 and 2/21.
Make a motion.
Got a motion by Danny. Second by Keith. Any discussion? Bo?
Aye.
Aye. Next up is Pledge of Allegiance. Keith, will you lead it? Yeah, you. Next up's the chairman's report. Last month February, fire had 238 calls. Sheriff's office had 3,247. And this Saturday at 9 a.m., they're having rec department opening day. So there'll be a lot of kids out there playing baseball, softball, and soccer. Will have some of their first games. So we'll look forward to that. No public comment. The next is boards and authorities. And I think, Danny, you want to get off of the GMRC? Is that correct?
Yes. Right now, I just can't do that
Okay.
with Charlotte.
Anyone of y'all want to be on it? I think, Chris, you.
Make a motion for Chris. I've talked to him about it.
So Danny made a motion, I'll second it. Any discussion? Danny?
Aye.
Aye. Next up is the Board of Tax Assessors. We got an application from Gerald Parks. He used to be a tax assessor in Hall County and retired. And he said he would be interested in filling the unexpired term of Martha Threet that had to resign. With that being said, anybody got any comment?
One thing, I was looking at his background, I think he would be a good
I
asset
do too,
to the board, and,
absolutely.
with that, I'd like to make a motion.
Danny made a motion. Chris seconded it. Any discussion? Chris? Aye.
Aye.
Next is the unexpired term with the passing of John Riley. We got a couple of applicants there.
Chairman, I'd like to, put the next term on there.
I second that motion.
Got a motion by Bo, motion by Keith, second by Bo. Any discussion? Keith? Aye.
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 Next up is, we just appointed Will Gordon, but that term actually is fixing to expire because we had somebody that wanted off of it. So we won't keep him back on there.
I'd make a motion, put Will back on there.
So you got Danny made the motion, Chris seconded it. Aye.
Aye.
The next one, we have a member that wants to get off of it. His kids is aged out, and of the ones left, I'd like to make a motion for Ben Ramsey.
Second.
Got a second by, I think, Danny, is that right? Any discussion? Bo?
Aye.
Aye.
Next up, we've got a letter, Bo Hatchett got it through the Senate for us to move out of the Piedmont and into the Mountain Judicial system. So they're gonna present it, Chris is gonna present it on the House of Representatives side. But Bo was wanting a letter confirming, now that we have different people and times gone by, a letter confirming that we do want to move to the Mountain Judicial. So it's basically the exact same letter that we had approved, what was it, Jenny, 2 years ago, to get over there. Well, that being said, I make a motion to approve us signing the letter of support to move.
I'll second that.
I made the motion, Keith seconded it. Y'all want to look at it? Are y'all good with it?
Just the same letter.
Yeah. That being said, Danny?
Aye.
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 I'm gonna pass this down for us to sign so that we can get it to them tomorrow. Next up, Horace wastewater truck. You've got us some bids.
Mr. Vice Chairman.
Gentlemen, thank you for your time. We are in need of a new F-250, or that size vehicle anyway, in wastewater. We have actually now have some additional sewer right-of-way that we'll be having to maintain starting this year up in the Martin Bridge Road area. But we routinely cut the spray fields both at Industrial and at Atlanta Dragway, and our easements that we have in transporting water to those facilities. We've had a truck that we've been using for a number of years. It's got over 250,000 miles on it. It is an F-250. This year, a couple weeks ago, Chris got it out, hooked the trailer up, put the our small Kubota tractor on it, not the mowers, but the tractor, and it wouldn't even pull the trailer weight and the tractor. Last time we had it in the shop, they had informed us that it was really in need of a engine rebuild or a new engine, and with an excess of 250,000 miles on it and the wear and tear it sustained over the years pulling the equipment around, I think it'd be advantageous for the county to replace it at this time. So I talked with Charles about that, and I reached out to most all Ford dealerships around North Georgia area, all the way from Gainesville to Cleveland to Easton Ollie to Ed Murdoch up in Livonia, and the Billy Canes, both Cornelia and in Commerce, and got prices. I had prices ranging for an F-250 V8 gas truck, which we're trying to go over to that because of the cost of diesel fuel, how it's continued to be at least $1 a gallon more than gas. And two, now when we have service work done on these diesels, it's costing a lot of money to have it done, and so we're going to transition to a gas burning vehicle. I got prices that range from $41,885 for an F-250 V8 gas truck to $45,958. I'm before you requesting that we purchase the vehicle from Mike Jones Ford in Easton Ollie for the location, for service and any warranty stuff that may arise with the vehicle. And also they are the lowest bid with the Georgia Farm Bureau incentive that's available, because most every one of us are a part of the Georgia Farm Bureau. So that makes their bid, them be the low bid, and the proximity to the county. I think that would be the opportunity for us to continue dealing locally with dealerships.
And this will come out of 2017 SPOSS.
I make a motion.
Got a motion by Bo, I'll second it. Any discussion from Mike Jones out of 2017 SPOSS? Hearing none, Chris?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir. Next up is contract on a motor grader buyback agreement. We had voted back in September to get a lease on 2 motor graders. And now that the motor graders are here and they know what the cost is, they've got the contract and the guaranteed buyback agreement. Any questions? Any thoughts?
My question is, do we need 2 motor graders at this time?
We've always seemed like it run better when we got 2 motor graders, one on the south and one on the north. Of course, a lot of times we didn't get to run but one because we had equipment stayed broke down all the time. But hopefully now that we got equipment, I talked to Wayne about it, and he's got 2 that he's in training with now. With the other one we've got, of course, we've been 2 people short for, 2 years, I guess, something like that. So he feels like to me that they still need 2 motor graders.
But my question is, how much is that second one gonna set if we don't have operators trained?
Well, I asked Randy the question today about it. If you look at it, it's minimum of 2,000 hours when we're allotted.
It's got it right on there.
So much money after 2,000 hours. So Danny and I run the same scenario with Randy, and then Randy said, and Horace can tell you, when you lease 2 pieces of equipment, the number's way lower than leasing just one. He said, but if in time, if we had to have another one, that tore up, or what have you, he said it's 8 months. So like I said, we done this back in September, and now they're just coming in.
And we all voted for 2.
Yeah.
If you voted on it, we're where we're at, then I just hate to waste this kind of money a month.
Yeah.
And it's set.
And my,
I don't,
I'm
I don't think it'll be
concerned-
setting. I think a lot of it, the reason why it was setting was
Well,
we had so much stuff broke down all the time, but hopefully with new tractors and new bush hogs and 2 sidearms supposed to be here next week.
my
That-
answer is, our road department's got to step up and start cross-training people on every piece of equipment, not just having one operator on one piece of equipment. And if they're not capable of running it, we need to make some changes somewhere.
Well, and my concern too is if you just have one and something were to happen to it, and then you couldn't get another one to 8 to 10 to 12 months, you can't let these roads go.
Nope.
We've got to have equipment on them. And so, I didn't realize that it was that hard to get them, you know, and Randy said it could
Took us
even
6
be
months to get
over a
this.
year. You know, probably be 24 before we could ever get one. So I mean, I just don't want us to get cut short and not have them, not have one.
Another thing too is you'll be working on the south end, and then you'll get calls on a couple of roads after a good rain, and you gotta get them done, or people are not gonna be able to get in and out. And if you start moving motor graders from the south end to the north end, up and down the road, it ain't gonna last long.
But
But we,
I believe all of y'all will agree with what I said.
yes.
We've got to step up on cross-training people, even the gentleman driving your pilot car. He needs to be able to operate equipment. That's the bottom line.
I agree. I talked
One
to
of
Wayne
them
about
set
it.
up at Urban Store for about 5 or 6 weeks last year, and
Yeah.
this past year, we've got to eliminate that. If we're gonna have it, we need to use it.
But now, a lot of it depends on what they're doing at that time, because when you start getting a bunch of calls on grass and that grass gets high and it really hadn't rained, then there's not a whole lot of motor grading to do.
Yeah.
Because the one that's running motor graders is also running the sidearms and running the bush hogs.
Well, I think that's an area that we need to address and see about getting some qualified people and getting those department positions filled. And so we can.
Organizational skills,
Oh,
knowing what to do,
we got-
when to do it.
We've got to address those situations.
Proactive instead of reactive.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to
Do
accept
you
the
feel
contract.
better with it, Chris, now?
I
If
mean,
we
if we need it,
cross-train
and
them.
we're gonna run it, that's fine, but if
Yeah.
it's gonna sit and spend $3,500 a
Right.
month or $3,600 a month for it to sit, I am not a fan of it whatsoever.
Oh, I agree.
I agree, but it depends on the time of the year. I mean, right now, we're, we're running them. I mean, they've been running them all except for the day it rains and maybe the day after. But you're not running bush hogs and tractors, so do we need them this time of year? No, we don't, but
Our bush hogs and tractors are wore out. Our motor graders had 1,000 hours.
our new ones don't.
Had 1,000 hours on it.
Got 2 years already in.
Yeah, well,
But anyway,
Did you look at that one with 2,000 hours on it?
no, I didn't.
Those tires were slap wore out, hydraulics has started leaking. By the time you get to 2,000 hours, you pretty well gotta do that thing from stem to stern.
it's also how we pay for it through the splosh, earmarked for,
Roads and bridges.
if you won't be able to use that money nowhere.
Anything else?
No, I done made a motion. Is there a second?
Not that.
Got a second by Keith. Any more discussion? Get all questions answered? Keith? Aye.
No.
All right, got a 4-1. Next is the contract on paving for paving Hardin Bridge, Morse Gardner, Industrial Park, Boulevard, West Ridgeway Road, and Anthony Lane. The low bidder was Stratton and Son at $1,695,134.50. And they ranged anywhere from that up to 1.66 million. Stratton was the lowest bid, and KCI, that's their recommendation, is Stratton. And this will come out of the roads and bridges.
Make a motion, let's try and have it.
I have a question
Second.
too.
All right, we got a motion by Keith, seconded by Danny. What you got?
Discussion.
Yep.
I had how was these bids advertised? Was it just advertised on the state site or how?
On the state site, on the county website, and in the newspaper.
Okay,
And they advertise both, 2 times in 30 days.
okay. Well, I had someone local that has come in several times and asked to be put on the list. Do we not
There's
have
not a
to
list.
have a list
You
for-
advertise it.
for our local contractors, for us to send out a notice or something for our local folks?
Or what if you miss somebody?
Well, if they come in and sign in their own, that you hit it, it sends out every item we're bidding out to all of them. Whether you're in paving, you're in electrical, you're in whatever.
We did talk about, well, about 6, 7 months ago about doing these roads, when we went through the road thing. And we did, we put them on the website, county website, and the legal order of Banks County.
Right.
And the state security website.
And they were done.
I mean, you had anywhere from
But
Stratton to
that's
C.W.
several,
Matthews, Allied, Pittman, and Garrett.
Has it set up, like I'm saying, that it reaches out to all the local contractors, then it heads on your state site and so and so and so and so. Cause it's very easy to throw it out there on the state site, but then your engineering group or whoever can let this and know, this and know, this and know, and this and know. And these other guys say, whenever they're looking, ours is mixed in with Gwinnett County, Fayette County, all of them. And they just about have to have somebody all the time sitting just looking at contracts
We
being
have-
offered.
Well, locally, we get it on
Huh?
our website and in the newspaper.
Well,
Locally.
So what you
I-
like to have something like a vendor list for local?
yes, for them to come in and sign up for, and whenever we're putting something out, they get a notification.
I understand.
It'll save them a lot of time, and it'll give our local contractors the opportunity of bidding on it.
What if one of them misses it? Then you gonna have to catch
Well,
that grief
No,
because you didn't have somebody on the list.
it's up to them to come in and sign up. Once they sign up, they're on that list. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
how do they know to sign up?
Word of mouth and everything else. It's easy. Word of mouth is one of the best ways. And Angie's here and everybody is.
Well,
She even stick it on the headlines. We are offering the, I'm just saying.
well, it was in the newspaper when we approved to put it out for RFPs.
And also, she already put it in there when she does the county news too, what was going on with it. So basically, it was good to apply in the paper too. Now, I
She-
don't have a problem with doing a list like you talking about. All they need to come in and do is give her credentials to Jenny or even Eric and say, all right, here's what I can do and go make it.
Yeah,
It's a good
that's
idea.
all I am saying is, huh?
Yeah, I mean, there's
So
probably,
on the
would be some-
homepage of the website, there is a button that says bids and RFPs. So, I mean, we do need to get the word out. Well, we have got the word out before, but maybe it's time again to let people know. That's where you go to look. It says plainly bids and RFPs.
But whenever they own a business and they're looking at every county in northeast Georgia, it's a whole lot easier for them to scroll down and look at a message from us saying,
so basically, if they come in and got on the list, we could just email them,
yes,
send them, is that what
Yeah,
Joe's saying?
yeah.
Send them an email.
That's the thing that the engineer, our engineers, they're not
Yeah.
the ones that tell me who
Yeah.
to send bids out to.
right.
It's just sent out there
But
for the general public.
I am just saying, we could do like other counties with our homegrown businesses, we could offer them opportunity, cause after all, there is the ones who supporting us. They are the ones who is,
I like the idea, though.
huh?
I like the idea.
All of
Yeah.
us agree to what
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
but there again, until something is put in place for that, I mean, it was advertised and everybody noted, I noted,
That's
you know,
why
we talked about it.
I've brought it up again. I think it's time for us to instruct Aaron and them to start working on something where we can possibly implement it at our next meeting or
Going
something.
forward from-
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
going forward from here.
Well,
Okay.
large, you're talking about large construction
Huh?
projects, right? You're talking about large construction.
I am saying, like, grading, I'm saying everything from water sewage all the way up to,
Large
yeah,
projects.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
like
it's not hard to do.
Asphalt and road work, curb
Where's your
and gutter.
cutoff gonna be?
Yeah.
Where's your cutoff gonna be? Is
Like-
it gonna be like $100,000 and above, or is it
like
gonna
she
be
said.
what?
Huh?
I mean,
What do y'all think?
anything that's gotta go out for bid.
Yeah,
Well, that's not hard to do, especially on construction projects. 'Cause most of the time, the same people bid on.
And if nobody comes in, then they ain't on the list, we don't have to send them an email, it's that simple.
yeah.
Well, I think the way we can do it is with a business license, because how you gonna sit here and give a bid to somebody that lives in the county, has business in the county, doesn't have a business license? You'd be surprised how many people wanna bid on stuff and don't even have a business license.
But
But that's where your list could
What
start, was
if
with business
they-
licenses.
But what if they live here and their business is right across the county line? Are you gonna kick them out?
Send them an email.
Huh?
Send
Yes.
them an email. If they've got ties, send them an
Yeah,
email.
yeah, yeah.
To start
Well,
with
that's
this,
something we'll have
for that, it's not hard at all.
Good.
But it needs to be said that this was equal to everybody. Everybody had a chance to bid on this project.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, this
Yeah.
one's fine.
Yeah.
County
Yeah.
left out, it's
Yeah.
on state procurement, and it's in
Right.
state.
yes, yes, yes.
There's nobody in.
Still send it out.
The business other than right there that I know of, that done this job,
Yeah.
this, so.
I mean, we're not talking about doing a driveway, we're talking about sure enough,
This is 2
I mean-
miles, 2 1/4, 2 and,
A little more than that.
no, it's more than that,
Altogether, it's
I
not.
was just talking about this one right here.
about 10 miles.
Oh, Morris
All
Gordon
of them
Road.
together.
Yeah, all of them together.
Okay, well,
Yeah, okay.
you can get a cheaper bid from some of the larger that can buy more, and it saves taxpayers money.
But it's still, he's right, it wouldn't hurt to give them the shootings.
Well,
If they,
If you ain't got a business license, you know who they are, you know.
that's right.
Well, that's where you'd start generating your list.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with doing the list. I encourage the list, but they need to come in and say, have a business license, let's know what they can offer. But there again, you got there some of the biggest names that does state contract all over the state and they other states too.
You have got some local boys living here that's auguring with a big auger right now.
They're not-
I can tell you that, on asphalt and the roads and all. They have grown pretty quick. Yeah. All over
but it
everywhere.
shouldn't be an issue if they want to get on it. All they have to do
Right.
is come
Yeah.
and let us know.
All right, back, we got a motion and a second. Any more discussion?
I make a motion with set the strategy on
Well, I've already got your motion and Danny's second.
motion.
Any more discussion? If not, I'll vote aye. All right, next one up is out of Elmig. It is Hickory Flat Road,
Yeah.
and the bids came in anywhere from $725,275, which was Stratton and Son, up to about 68,000. So Stratton was the cheapest one on that one. I'll make a motion to accept Stratton.
And I'll second that motion.
I made the motion, Chris seconded it. Any discussion on that one? Hearing none, Bo?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, next up is, Patterson Way. We got it pretty much ready. We got curbing to do. They're gonna try to do it next week. But this is just a matter of putting the asphalt, and what this basically does is make Patterson Way one way and give us about 80 more parking spots. And with all the extra fields, it's well needed.
I make a motion.
Got them for Stratton. They were the
Yes.
cheapest ones at
Yep.
$36,711.50. So I got a motion from Bo, second from Danny.
Aye.
I only hope, Mr. Chairman, that this new weight limit on county roads and everything doesn't pass the legislation.
I do too.
Because if it does, we gonna have a lot more road work we gotta do.
ACU saying that, not ACU, but, ACCG. ACCG is saying about 47% more damage to roads when you get up there. And they say most of it's gonna be logging.
Locking.
I think it's adding 8,000 pounds to
Yep.
the state's bringing it down to 80. So it's adding 8,000 pounds.
The next is the modification of the GFA. That is just extending it out to October the 1st instead of, I think it was June 1st of 23.
So it is
So
not
it's
changing the interest
Changes
rate or
nothing,
anything?
no, all it's doing is extending the date of it.
Top
It was
three,
June.
Today, and then you said all you do, you extend the date, no change in interest, no change in nothing.
Because they's worried about running behind, so it's just gonna extend it out to October, but that's it.
All right, this is the money over on 59, isn't it, or what was this? For the land running,
This is $5 million.
That's the 63 Bennett
This is it.
running
for the line,
up the landfill.
if we approve the RFP, I mean, you know, and approve it. So,
I make a motion,
So it's already been bid?
no,
No, hadn't?
this is just, so when it gets, if we approve it, if it gets out and we approve it, then
It'll be
it,
bid.
yep. So, Keith, you make a motion?
extend it to October.
I'll second. Any
Clarify
discussion?
What you just said about putting it out for bid.
We gotta get the RFP out,
Okay, all right.
and then after they get the RFP out, then that's when people will bid on it. Then when the bids are open, then we see if we want to, whose bid we want to accept and if we're still gonna do it.
So this is extra money we would borrow from, right,
Yes,
from you,
yep.
but we aren't,
We're not paying anything right now because we're,
right,
hadn't approved anything.
and we're not actually borrowing the money yet. We-
Right.
Until we get a bid and we look at the bid, then we vote on money approval.
And if we do, then whenever we get the first bill in, then it'll start.
This right here, before we done on the loans of last year,
Right.
where we had nailed down the low interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
And if we were doing it now, you'd probably looking at a 1.5% or 2%, and that's a pretty good chunk of money.
Mm-hmm.
And we just extended the loan until what, June, July to October.
Okay.
Then if the bid.
You understand what they do,
Yes, I understand what this is now. I just.
Right.
make sure.
They were having a conversation that I got part of. I didn't know
Okay,
exactly
I
what.
just want
Yeah,
to make sure you
yeah.
understood.
I was
what
making sure
Yeah,
you understood it.
Everybody got it?
yeah.
Yep.
Any questions? Hearing none, Keith? Aye.
Ah,
The next one is a transit contract, and what it is, they had to get new computers for their transit system. The federal government is paying $2,560, for the computers, and the state is paying $320.
$20.
And our 10% matching on that is $320, so what I'm needing is the motion to give me the authorization to sign this contract with GDOT for the $320.
We have, it's just
Ratification,
ratification.
ratification.
I'll make a motion.
All right, we got Bo made motion, Danny seconded, any discussion, none? Aye.
Aye.
ah,
All right, human resource, you wanna give us a brief description of this 100 and something pages?
It's agreement for plan supervision. This is agreement giving benefit support, which is our TCP acronym for people that's processing our claims for our self-funded. They've been doing this since July 1. What happened, this was an oversight on their part, getting this to us. Basically, this plan says that benefit support will manage the claims. They'll pay all the claims. They go through them just like they would a big insurance company. Process the claims, pay the providers on funds that we provide for them. They also would give me reports each each time a check run. So doing everything they've been doing since July. Basically, we just need to sign, everything else has been signed and executed, just, they had a staff change and going through all the paperwork, realized this had been an oversight. Asking permission for the chairman to sign on behalf of the county, and also there's a space for the plan administrator, which is Human Resources, to sign. That means my responsibility is to make sure that I provide them the information on who the enrollee is and all the information so they know how to process the claims. And then, of course, the other spaces for benefit support. The only caveat in this is if we decide not to use benefit support in the upcoming policy year, we have to notify them 45 days in advance, or otherwise the agreement stands.
And we should make that if we can get our numbers and all by budget time, because.
Turner Wooden Smith is working on those now.
So that'd make it about mid-May, so we should have our stuff together by then, get the numbers. I'll make a motion, and Chris seconded it. Any discussion? Bo?
Thank you.
Aye. All right, next is the contract for the Superior Court, Piedmont Judicial, pretrial intervention. It's basically pretty much the same thing we've had for the last, 2 or 3 years, Jeannie?
Yeah, this is a change, we've been with CSRA for several years with probation services, but this is a change. Tim was having to write Randy a check out of his account, and then in turn, AP would pay CSRA. This way, CSRA would take their fees out and then send us the money.
Send it.
Streamlines the process.
Streamline it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It eliminates Harper having all of his paperwork, correct? Yeah. No.
No.
And Harper supports it. I asked him about it. He said.
Well, yeah, he's the one that sent it and signed already, so.
Yeah. I make a motion.
Got a motion by Bo,
Second.
second by Danny. Any discussion? Everybody clear on it? Got it? All right, Danny? Aye.
Aye.
All right, next is Vicky was wanting a year contract, from CREXI, I guess, CREXI. We had another company that was twice as much, and they didn't seem to have their stuff together. This one's actually half as much. She talked to them, really liked it, and what this is it's a company that can help with the commercial appraisals because of sales and stuff that they're not privy to, or they can't get a hold of. So this company charges $199 a month to keep up with surrounding commercial sales, so that we can have more, so they can have more accuracy on appraisals of commercial property.
Now, is it a flat fee per month?
Yes.
Or is it a month plus every
No,
activity?
just a flat fee per month. They just send us a bill every month. And I think it's got a 30-day, 60-day, if you wanna quit
Grace
it,
period.
60-day that you can end it. So
Now,
if they,
will this come out of her budget, or,
yes,
okay,
cause she's already budgeted twice that much right now, so it's gonna be better.
It's a lot cheaper.
It was 400 a month,
yeah.
but they never could get their billing right, and she never was impressed with their performance either.
Well, she is who has to work with them.
Yep. You
not
making a
me or
motion?
you. Yes.
I'll second it. Bo made the motion, I second. Any questions? Everybody clear? All right, Chris? Aye.
Aye.
The next is the opioid class action suit. Reconciliation, that give me the authority to sign it. You got a little more on that you know of, Jenny or Randall?
We don't know.
Randall.
We just know it's gotta be done by April the 18th. It's about 20 million. And this is basically against the distributors.
There's 2, 4, 5 distributors,
Right.
major distributors, but,
And we have to tell them that we'll participate.
Right.
I mean, we've already got one check off of it. I think there's another one coming. Is it this year or next? I believe it's the end of this year.
Round two, then.
Yeah, well, this is the difference.
This is
Different.
actually round 3,
It-
because the other one, the other 2 checks are gonna be from the
This is
from the makers. This is from the distributors.
distributors.
As I understand it, they haven't settled with all the makers yet.
Have they got the criteria for what we can spend it on?
Yeah, there is an exhibit E, I think it is exhibit E, that was in what came with the first go round, and it sets forth what you can spend it on. It's all drug related.
I think a lot of it be like fire department, because, I mean, we reuse so much Narcan and stuff like that, and
Drug education.
Drug
Yeah.
education, right?
pay salaries, stuff like that.
I was gonna talk to Randy today, we were talking about it, and he said they had to put it in the special account separate.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's waiting on this to come in and before they can start buying, well, what was the drug thing we went up on?
Narcan.
Narcan.
Yeah, and it was about 400-500% more our last budget from the year before. the
Right.
last budget.
Yeah, because you're having to pump so much more in them now.
Randy said he won't be able to start buying that. So,
I'll make, oh, well, I can't. Somebody wanna make a motion? Give me the authority to sign it.
Yes, I'll make a motion.
Danny. By second. Second, Keith. Any discussion? Keith? Aye.
Aye.
The next is, item B, and it is a resolution to change, when the meetings will be posted. As of right now, it's noon on Friday. We're looking at moving it to noon on Thursday. That way Jenny and Aaron can get the packets out and have them done on Thursday.
So if you're on
So it's gonna move it back a day.
the, y'all actually voted on this last meeting, so
This is actually the resolution
amending the code.
that we've got to pass.
I make a motion to approve.
Got a motion by Chris,
second.
got a second by Keith. Any discussion? Aye.
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 And last but not least is the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Got a motion by Bo, second by Chris. Bo?
Aye.
Aye. Well done.
Glad all